Hello, my name is Justin Brightup, and today I feel like I have to do this video. I have to expose this right now. So there's this new group that calls themselves the Humanity Party. Vote Anonymous 2016, and their early logo, or the one logos they're still using in their videos. As you can see here, this is their main video they share everywhere. The Humanity Party presents Vote Anonymous 2016, the solution for humanity. Okay, and this logo here is the Freemason logo that they're using. And so I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to show you. See, this is the Freemason, the Masonic logo. We might be able to zoom in a little bit. I guess not. Anyway, and if you go over here, you see the logo of the Freemasons. Now, the reason I really recognize this as a Masonic symbol was because, well, obviously this is, but then what they do at the higher level is they draw a square and a circle around this, and that represents a new birth, a new life starting over. And you can see some of that here. And so it's not just the symbolism, it's also what the law says about what they're doing, and their constitution. And so I'm going to expose the whole thing, and how I'm going to do that is because I've studied the law and I've studied the definition of the words that they're using in the new constitution that they're putting together. And yes, they are putting together a brand new constitution. According to their constitution, there will no longer be republics within each state. Each state will not have a government. There will be one Republic of America that will be a centralized government, according to the way that this is worded and what I'm reading. I'm going to download these. I'm also going to put the links to the current versions that are here. These are proposed constitutions, so they may be changed later. So I will go ahead and download these constitutions and put them on Google Drive so that you guys can look at them in their current form. Now, what does this symbol here mean? This is the other symbol that they use. And what it means, if you listen to their video and what they're promising the people, is that it's the handout. It's the hand, the rainbow hand. They're also extremely liberal. They're not conservative, as they explain in their video. They're not very open about it, and I'll explain that, but they do kind of touch on it in their video when they talk about the state of California as being a liberal state, and they believe that the liberals need to be represented more than the Republicans, and they explain that very well. They show it on a map. And so, anyways, this hand is a handout of food stamps and regulating how much food everybody gets, making sure equality for all. Everybody gets the same amount of food, the same kind of housing, which could be classified as everybody lives in a dorm. Everybody lives wherever the government says they can live. Now, this is definitely not anonymous. This humanitarian party is definitely not anonymous, the collective. The anonymous collective needs to take these people down. And they're using just a few quotes of the founding fathers. They're not using all of them. Let me go through and talk about some of these things first before we start going over all the documents and everything. So, Humanity Party is Illuminati, liberal, and therefore a central government. They're controlled opposition, a demonic voice. If you listen to the video, it's a demonic voice against conservatives, against the Constitution, the original Constitution. Obama said it was an imperfect document. They're saying it's an imperfect document. The laws will govern the people, not the corporations and government. Now, the current Constitution that we have now governs only the government and the federal government within the 10 by 10 mile square. This wants to govern the people and redefine them as persons again, just as the current establishment is done. Spawned from humanity's goodness, not from God. That's what it says. It's a seed of humanity's goodness is what it's going to be spawned from, not God. No inalienable rights from our Creator. In fact, I don't believe the new documents mention a Creator. I don't believe the preamble does, or the Declaration of Independence that they're proposing, which I'm sure they'll probably change that after this video. They'll probably have this video taken down because they are the Illuminati, so they'll probably have the video taken down. I'm going to make sure I have it uploaded to several sites if that happens. Laws will govern the people, not corporation and government. I just went over that. Okay, so the bad fruit will be removed and discarded. They say that in their video here. In this video, they talk about a new tree stemming up from unified humanity. Now, I've already went over the history of every unified humanity and what has happened when they've tried to do that, and the end result. The bad fruit will be removed and discarded. That's like going to concentration camps or being killed. The bad fruit are those who oppose this new government. Okay, so now let's start going over the legal part of this, and I'll talk about anything else that comes to my mind while I'm going through this. I've not read their whole declaration yet. It's kind of crazy. I mean, it really, there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. So first of all, let's go to the proposed constitution here. This is the preamble. It says, "We, the United People," that's almost like the United States, "of the Republic of America." Now, what is America? America is defined, and I could probably look this up on the federal statutory sites here. But America, I can tell you, is defined as Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Okay, which is what the New World Order wants. They want one continent, and the continent of America is Canada, the United States, and Mexico. So this is going to be one nation, formerly known as the United States. The United States is the federal United States. It's not the 50 United States. We're talking the federal United States, which is Washington, D.C., Guam, Puerto Rico, and any territories and outlying countries of the United States. In order to form a more perfect union, this is going to be a union of the entire 50 states into one state. Among us, to establish justice for each person. And they talk about that in the video. They say that the states cannot fairly represent the people, and it's a bad situation the way it is. And it says, regardless of age, race, country of origin, gender, economic status, religion, or sexual orientation. They're including that in this now. They're adding this into the Constitution, which was never here before, saying that's going to make it a more perfect document. To defend each person's right. So if your sexual orientation is a rapist, well, then that's okay. To defend each person's right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness according to each individual's desire. Individual is again defined as a citizen, subject, slave, or person of desire of happiness. To promote the general welfare of each person. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and look that up right now. So the U.S. Code, this is federal statute, U.S. Code 7343, definition of the term person. The term person is used in this chapter includes an officer or employee of a corporation or a member or employee of a partnership who is such officer, employee, or member is under duly perform the act in respect of which the violation occurs. Okay, so they're saying your persons are employees of a corporation. Okay. If we go over to state statutes like Washington State, what's it say? It says, unless the context clearly indicates otherwise, the term association, unincorporated association, and person, firm, corporation, or substantially identical terms shall, without limiting the application of any term to any other type of legal entity, be construed to include a limited liability company. Now, I've read Supreme Court rulings that say that a person under the 14th Amendment is a corporation. Okay? Now, corporations under the current Constitution do not have inalienable rights. They are governed by the government, and they do not govern the government. They don't ordain and establish the government. They're government individuals. Persons are, according to each person's individual needs, to protect each person's right to vote. So you got to be a person in order to vote. An employee of the government. Those who enact the laws that govern them and protect their rights, to guarantee and promote domestic and foreign tranquility. Domestic and foreign tranquility, that makes me think about developing countries and central banks. And finally, to secure and defend these liberties for each of us and for our posterity. And secure the liberty to any sexuality you want. That's why it's rainbow. For any person who exists among us and for any person who will ever exist among us, we the people now it's finally we the people. Who is we the people? Who is we the people? Well, back here we're persons. We the United People, that's the party. That's who this is. And they say they represent 99% of us in their video. They say that the United Humanitarian Party already represents 99% of us without anyone even voting. We the people do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United People of the Republic of America as the principles and standards upon which we stand united. Okay, so again, this is going to be the Republic of America. It's going to be a central government, which George Washington warned us about this. Accordingly, we stand united in our resolve to establish this Constitution as one nation, one republic, undivided by states. Yeah, undivided by states. There will be no more states and their separate boundaries. There will be no more states and their separate boundaries. Okay? We stand united in the conviction that all people are created equal and possess equal and equal rights. We stand united in the conviction that in order to protect these rights, a government cannot be divided into separate states of authority, but must remain one nation. See, I told you, this is a one world government, indivisible. We stand united in the conviction that our former Constitution was created and established at a different time under different circumstances with different intents and purposes. Definitely, that are no longer relevant in securing liberty and justice for all people equally. Yeah, because they want criminals to have liberty and justice over the good people. Whereas a constitution is a body of fundamental principles and established standards according to which a united group of people is to be governed. We stand united and give honor and trust and submit our lives to the Constitution of the United People of the Republic of America. Nothing under God. There is no one nation under God. There are no inalienable rights from God. And that is the preamble to the Constitution. Section 1, the legislature. Now, you can read all this. I'm not even going to look at this because the preamble is the most important part. It's the most important part of our current Constitution. It's the most important part of this Constitution. And the rest of it is the establishment underneath that they're going to set up, which I'm sure is not very Article V. So that should make Anonymous angry. What is Article V? Establishment of elections. Pursuant to Article V of this Constitution, Congress shall oversee and establish the proceedings, laws, and times, places, and manner, and pay cost of registering to vote for general elections. Yeah, they're going to pay for you to vote. Where are they going to get that money, everybody? Where are they going to get that money? They're supposed to tax you. How are they going to tax you? Everyone's equal. I wonder if there's taxes in here. Let's look. Let's look at what it says about taxing. We're going to go download proposed Constitution. And, oh, look, you can't download it. That's pretty interesting. How about this? Ah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to open this here. I'm going to save it under, where's videos? And we're going to go to, this is called Humanitarian Party. There it is. There. This is the final notes, it says. Okay. So we're going to look in here for taxing. Edit, find, tax. Raising revenue by taxation. All legislative bills for raising revenue for the Treasury of the Republic to pay for the debts of the Republic is going to have debts. Shall comply with and support the tax code described in Section 90 below. Congress shall not raise revenue by any other means. The people are going to determine how they are taxed. Unfortunately, the people and most politicians don't understand economic factors that create and manage money that controls a society and supports the government. Politicians use fear over the people in attempts to be elected and re-elected to office. Fear is a result of ignorance. How does this matter? Politicians use the national debt, for example, to breed fear when they cannot explain how national debt works, how it is paid, and why it exists. It is described famously by Roosevelt that only the thing we have to fear is fear itself, blah, 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 blah. So don't fear the national debt. Yeah. Common sense explains misunderstanding from ignorance, so we'll just keep raising it. Breeds fear and corrupts peace and security. Fear always comes from ignorance. Yeah, so whenever there's something that we fear about the government, it's from ignorance. When a politician can stimulate fear in people, it creates a herd instinct, usually of anger against something that the people not understand. Yeah, exactly. Money and taxation are the greatest fear of the people. Therefore, the people must establish laws based on the true realities. Again, the people are gonna establish these laws. Taxes should not be used to breed fear, yeah, or disrupt the lives of the people. Sure, taxes must exist to serve the people's needs, and not so that the people are taxed to serve the needs of the government. For this reason, the people must first understand money and how it is used, and even through their elected representatives, yeah, the only money is gold. Establish laws that protect them from money, and yes, we're going to protect them from money and the control that others have over it. We got to protect the people from money. The people must take full control of money. The first step in doing this is to mandate through the Constitution how people are taxed. Yes, the people will be taxed, not corporations, businesses, and government, but the people. This is explained in detail in Section 9 below. This provision prohibits Congress. Boy, they just talk so long. Veto power over the Constitution, the branch of government, veto power and passability and provision. Yeah, I don't really see any. Tax code to pay debts and constitutional obligations are for the common defense. For common defense, yeah, okay, defense against what? And general welfare of the public. Yes, because they want to do handouts to everybody. They talk about that in their video. They want to feed everybody. Congress shall be limited to consumption-based tax rate on the power to establish laws that lay and collect taxes not exceed 20%. Well, that's just like your current contracts with your credit cards. You can't have interest of over 22% or something. And based on the annual gross domestic product of the, I thought they said the people were going to make this law. It's already here. Following economic algorithm, domestic product spending. So let's say, let's punch that into a calculator really quick. Okay, so accessories, calculator. So they're going to give you a 20% tax on, let's say you make $30,000 a year. Let's just pretend, okay? So we're going to take that times, let's see, 0.20, that'll be 20%. So $6,000 of tax out of $30,000. Who can afford to pay $6,000? Who that has a $30,000 a year income is going to be able to afford $6,000? Let's start over. Let's change that to 20. Let's say you make $20,000 a year. 20% of your taxes is going to be $4,000. So let's break that down to a month. Let's take 20,000 divided by 12. Okay, so you make $1,666 in a month. Okay. And so we're going to divide that. We're going to take 20% out of that. So we're going to go times 0.20. Now you got to pay $333 a month. If you made $1,666 a month, you would have to pay $333 a month in taxes. That's 20%. Okay. If they say that you are qualified to be taxed. Right now, if you make $1,700 a month or like $1,666, then you shouldn't be taxed because you're not making enough money according to the current establishment. Only way to keep people playing the game, and maybe we have the opportunity to enjoy the game, is to change the rules. There's no other way. No, we already have good rules. Nobody's enforcing them. That's the problem. We already have a good constitution, but it's not being enforced correctly, and it's word magic and all this other. So yeah, I just wanted to look at taxes. That was it. That's my goodness. Okay, so let's go to the Declaration. This is a preamble to Declaration. They're calling this the Declaration of Reform and Change. Now, let's see if we can download that document. Okay, open, file, save as. We're going to save a copy of this current. And this video is being made, just so you know, on 07/29/2015. 230 years ago, a group of humans was determined to establish a sovereign nation and institute, yeah, they weren't persons, they were humans, and institute their own laws based on their personal wants and needs without regard to native inhabitants. They immigrated to new land, overran it, and called it their own. Yeah, I agree with that. So we did that. We overran its inhabitants, securing their own, newly controlled their lives, and doing so they established the most powerful, comprehensive human society ever known upon this earth. Its economic structure and purpose drastically changed the course of human events, creating a world that revolves around its own perpetuation. This nascent nations, what does nascent mean? Let's look that up. Nascent, objective, especially of process organization, just coming into existence and being to display signs of future potential. Okay. I don't know why they're using words like that people don't know, but, you know. Nation's powerful presence affects the present course and future of all humanity. If it fails, the world will crumble around it. That's right, because because of the because we're all based on the United States fiat dollar. So they're telling the truth there. I mean, Satan always tells the truth a lie. If it fails, the world will crumble around it. Consequently, only people who perpetuate it and give it its power and authority can keep it from falling. Accepting this fact that this nation is increasingly failing to bring peace and happiness once promised, the people of this earth are uniting together. People of this earth are united together, not the people of the United States. The people of this earth united to reinforce its foundation before its walls crumble to the earth of which it sits. Well, okay, that means we're not creating a new nation. What we're doing here is we're gonna reinforce the current fiat money system so that it doesn't fall. By using this nation's first Declaration of Independence and changing a few words to reflect the current needs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're going to try to stop the demise of the human race. It's not the demise of the human race, it's the demise of the Rothschild centralized bank. Any alterations made to the original Declaration of Independence are marked by italic the nation. Now, I would love it. I mean, if these people want to tell me that I'm completely full of it and I'm wrong, that's fine. But I don't anticipate that. I anticipate that they're going to somehow try to hack my account, take down the video, do something. They're going to be mad. They're going to call it hateful or something. I don't know. I'm just talking about the truth. So, you know, when in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for all people to dissolve the political bands which have isolated and separated them from each other and to assume among powers of the earth the united and equal station which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of humankind requires that they should impel them to unite. Okay, so this still isn't helping us here. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All humans are created equal and that they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Okay, so this is the first mention of the creator, and it's humans. It's not people. It's humans. And I don't know if they're going to redefine that or what. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among us, delivering just powers from the consent of the governed. Yeah, so the government gets its right from the consent of the governed, not from their creator. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, the right of the people to alter, abolish, and foundation principles. And let's see, where's the difference here? Natural existence and happiness shall be likely to affect the natural. Okay. Prudence is needed in delegating governance established and change in light. You know, the New World Order talked about changing just a few words to the Bible in different documents. According to all experience hath shown that humankind is more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right itself by abolishing the forms of which custom, but in long-term abuses and to reduce them under poverty and equality. It is right under their duty to throw off such government and provide in public servants. Yeah, okay, so they're not really changing much here. Such has been the patient suffering. So the Constitution is the main document that's been changed. Alter present system of government by the same laws by which the government is established about democracy. Why do they need to change the Declaration of Independence? The Declaration of Independence was declared to England a long time ago. It's not who are we declaring our independence to this time around? It doesn't say. It really doesn't say. It doesn't say. It says they object to establishment of governing entities that exist to perpetuate themselves without serving the needs of the people who have established them. But it doesn't say this. Who is this declaration to? They or governments have refused to establish laws which are the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. No, they've put lots of laws in place. The problem is they don't follow them and they don't enforce them. And the other thing is that the laws that they've established are only over corporations and persons, and they're not over the people. The people only answer to God and common law. They have forbidden their governing bodies to pass laws immediate presenting importance. I'm sure they've removed that stipulation from their new document. The government probably now can control the people. This is insane. They have refused to pass other laws for substance welfare of large districts of people. Those people would relinquish the right of representation legislation. And, yeah, okay. But, you know, why would they use the Masonic logo in their video? Well, I'm going to tell you why. So that the New World Order will promote the video and leave them alone. That's why. That's the reason they're using this logo, is because they don't want it to appear to be too popular, though. You know, they want to keep the view count down. while it's still being viewed by a whole bunch of people, because they want it to look like it's oppressed. They want it to look like it's suppressed and it's not in the main media. But this is probably one of the most publicized things, and one of the guys like this is probably backing it. One of these guys, the sharks, is probably, funding this thing, probably paying for advertising on these videos. So anyway, what am I gonna say about this? I mean, it's just insane. Now, humanityparty.com, isn't that where we are? No, Vote Anonymous. That's not even the same website. So what is this other website? Vote. Oh, it takes us there. Okay, it takes us to the other site. Okay. So anyways, I could probably go on and on about this for hours and hours and dive into it and read all the legalese and tell you all of the faults and problems with this system. What's the Seventh Amendment, right? The belief expression. There's nothing about common law in here, is there? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's open this up and let's look for common law. No, not found. There is no right to common law in here like in our current Constitution, where we have a Seventh Amendment right to common law. The word common's in here. Got common sense. Got all this other stuff, but we no longer have a right to common law under this Constitution. It's gone. They took it away. Okay, right now we have Seventh Amendment that gives us the right to common law, gives us the right to be under God's law and natural law. But in this Constitution, there's no such thing. Let's try natural law. How about that? We'll try natural law. Oh, here we go. Okay, so where's it at? It says requirement to protect Earth. People proportionate support of the natural laws of Earth and its environments. This law allows government to provide for the needs of the people in consideration of natural laws of the Earth. Okay, so this is more protecting the Earth and its resources. That's what it's redefining natural law as. At the same time, gives humans advantage of being greatest life form that exists on Earth. Okay, so we're gonna have abortion still if humans are the greatest life form that exists on Earth, because we're protecting all the other life forms. Congress should be required to continue to weigh establishment laws. Yeah, this has nothing to do with common law though. How about the word creator? How about God? May the true God of our humanity sanction and bless this Constitution. The God of our humanity. Who is the God of humanity? Let's just search. And here we go again. Satan. Again, using that weird logo similar to the one that this anonymous group is using. It says, there is no God but myself. False gods, the Quran and Bible, Satan from the... Yeah, okay. So Satan's saying that there's no God but him. How about humanity? It says Satanism is about elevating and empowering humanity, which was the true creator, who says Satan is the true creator's intention. Let's try that. Keep going. It says that they know that Satan is their true father and creator of the God of humanity. See? And it says that Jehovah of the Bible is fictitious. And anyway, so they keep talking about religion of humanity. We have found Satanism is the original religion of humanity. And this is joyofsatan.org. So, there you go. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're the real anonymous out there, I would encourage you to please put an end to these people. Find out who they are. Unmask them. Dox them. Do whatever you need to do to stop them. You certainly have the power. Anonymous certainly has the power to bring down a website. They have the power to bring down imposters. So, yeah, say that they're anonymous. So does it give any information about who they are? They have a a Gmail account. Anonymous never uses a Gmail account. Look at this. It says that they are the Humanity Party at gmail.com, and they have a telephone number right here, 717-50-THUMP. They're going to thump you. And they got promotional downloads, anything you need right here. Okay, so anyway, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and please do something about this, because this is nuts. You can see it. I don't need to talk about it anymore. If you guys can't see the truth, if you can't see what these people really are from looking at all this, I mean, anybody, I hate to say, I have a video about whether people are not born gay, and anybody that's for the homosexual agenda is for sodomy of children. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, whether you justify it or not or whatever, that's what it's about. And so you really need to put a stop to this, please.